Kenny, the police minister says anyone attending tomorrow's protests are exposing themselves to fines or imprisonment for breaching public health orders.
Yes, Pete, they were comments made this morning, but it's not just New South Wales ministers who are angry with the ABC. It's also federal ministers as well. So the ABC released a tweet referring to Australia Day as both Australia Day and Invasion Day in that tweet, but also in an online events guide, citing the Invasion Day protests as one of the biggest Invasion Day events slated for Tuesday. Now, the Federal Minister for Communications, Paul Fletcher, has come out with a fairly strong worded statement on this morning, saying that the ABC online article is incorrect about Australia Day. The ABC has clearly got this one wrong. The name of our national day is well understood and supported, and for the ABC to suggest otherwise, that in some way Invasion Day is interchangeable with Australia Day, is clearly wrong. On the other side of federal politics as well, federal Labor MP Joel Fitzgibbon released a statement this morning as well on Sky News.
Oh, I think it is divisive, Pete. I think it's disappointing, and I think it's wrong. Australia Day is a day when we celebrate our nationhood, what we've achieved despite our isolation and our problematic beginnings, and it has to be a unifying day, a day when we come together, recognise the mistakes and recommit ourselves to fixing the legacies which have been left by those mistakes. But moreover, a day when we celebrate the enormous achievements we've made, and we want to do it all together. And comments from the ABC like that don't help.
Now, the New South Wales Police Minister, David Elliott, says it was breathtakingly irresponsible to promote the Invasion Day protest, which could potentially breach COVID-19 guidelines. Here's more of what he said this morning.
I said to media yesterday that it was breathtakingly irresponsible, and I was being polite, because if you've ever wanted evidence that the ABC are out of touch with reality, well, then yesterday was exactly the case. I've made it very, very clear that I'll be making a formal complaint against the ABC, because I just cannot believe that the national broadcaster, funded by the taxpayers of New South Wales, Australia, have decided to take upon themselves to tell people to go to an event that's going to actually put their lives in danger. This year just isn't the year to do it, unfortunately. And anybody that's suggesting this is racial, or anybody that's suggesting that the government's position is attempting to downplay the position that's being advocated by the protesters, that's just crap. That is just absolutely nonsensical, because you just have to look at 100 years of history since Federation.
Pete, currently public health orders state that there is a maximum only of 500 people allowed in Sydney for protests, and police say they'll be out in force for Australia Day tomorrow.
Very interesting indeed. Kenny Heatley. Hey, can I just pivot for a second, Kenny? What's the live report of how hot it is out there at the moment?
It is pretty hot, yeah. But the heat wave is peaking tomorrow, 35 tomorrow here, 41 in the west, and then it starts cooling down on Wednesday. So for any protests or people going outside, it is going to be one of those real classic hot ones for Australia Day, Pete.
All right, but I tell you what, the hair is still looking perfect, Kenny, at the moment. There's not a hair out of place there, despite how sweaty you might be underneath that jacket.
It's all good.
All right, Kenny Heatley, live for us in Sydney. Kenny, thank you very much. We're